Speak it out, but daily desk. Mahonero wako panyayai. Why don't you speak it out? Speak it out, speak it out. Daughter, yeah, speak it out. Why don't you speak it out? Why don't you speak it out? Speak it out, yeah. Now all is green.
Hello guys, welcome back to Speak It Out on Daily Desk. This is your host, Ali Green, the host with the most. We are back to another exciting episode, guys. And today we have got an interesting topic. I hope everyone is ready to hear it. We'll be talking about how to identify your purpose. I know you're shocked because it's rare to hear a topic like that. And we have got Abigail in the building. Abigail, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
I'm happy to have you here.
Same here.
You look amazing, as always.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
So how are you?
I'm doing well. Thank God.
Yeah,
yes.
we have to thank God, eh?
Yes, it's only by
grace. It's a blessing.
True.
How are you? How was your day?
My day was very, very hectic, and I was like, oh, I just hope I make it on time. And here I am.
You did.
I did.
A superwoman always make it on time.
Right?
Yeah. Okay, so today we'll be talking about how to identify your purpose. And it's not only like a lady topic, it's everyone. It's all genders. And it's a difficult topic.
Yes.
For people, it's not an everyday topic.
That's true.
And I think people need to hear it. And you're the right candidate.
Wow.
To talk about it with us.
Those are big issues.
Big issues. Big ladies solve big issues.
Yeah.
I don't know how they say sometimes a lady need to man up. So maybe today we'll be manning up.
Wow, okay.
So today we'll be talking about how to identify your purpose. What comes in your mind if we hear how to identify your purpose?
Alice, and thank you for having me on your show. Sure, identifying your purpose. The question is, what is purpose?
Yeah.
I think that's where everyone needs to start. What is
purpose? Yeah.
And purpose simply for everyone is, what's your reason for being on earth? That's it. Why are you on earth? What's the reason God brought you on earth?
Yeah.
And once you know that, then you identify your purpose.
Wow.
And it is not hard to identify your purpose, but I'll tell you now, most of people don't even know what their purpose on earth is. You know, the question is, who are you?
Okay.
What do you do? What is your passion? And through that you can navigate. Is there anything that people gain from what you love doing?
Okay.
Right? Does it fulfill them? Does it cover their needs? And in that sense, can people remember you with that?
Wow.
And that identifies who you are. So when you die and people just say, I loved her, but there's no reason, then you had no purpose.
Really?
Yeah.
Because it's like a topic, like everyone, because we grew up saying, like, when in our culture where I come from, whenever when you give birth to a baby, they're always folding their hands. So our parents used to say, you are holding your purpose. So we didn't know like what the purpose, because when everyone gave birth, they say, oh, don't open the hands of the baby.
Yes.
She is holding their purpose. And we don't know what it is, and you are young. You don't know, and no one told us like what a purpose is.
And Alice, yes, you go out holding your purpose, but did you open your hand to serve?
Wow.
Because once you serve people with something, that identifies where you are. You see, people sometimes confuse things and think just because you're talented in something, then that's your purpose. No. Until it serves people. Until there's a need for it, until it changes somebody's life, then we can call it a purpose.
Wow, that's deep, eh?
Yep.
That's deep, because for us to realize, for you to go through your mind thinking like, what do I give to the people? What does people gain from me? Does it not take a certain mind or a certain mentality for you to navigate that?
Sure, it does. Which is why people can get up to 60 years, up to 80 years without knowing their purpose or without having served their purpose. The reason being, they probably didn't take it serious. They probably don't think they are called for people. But like you said, every child comes out holding it. And the question is, did you open your hand? Right?
Okay.
So that's why I'm saying it's not everyone who would want to work out their purpose. But believe me, God cannot put you on earth and not have a purpose for you.
Really?
No. Everyone has a purpose.
Wow.
If you are born to this earth, you've got a purpose. But it's not everyone who will identify their purpose. That's the difference.
Wow. But what is the moment for me to identify, to see like this is my purpose? What can happen for me? Like, is there a sign which is given for you to identify like that's my purpose?
There's many ways, I'll tell you, Alice, because for other people, you're going to be told, Alice, we love how you sing because you heal us through music. Wow. That's your purpose. And you were told.
By
it's
someone.
not really, yes, because you thought you're singing because you love music, right? And it's fulfilling to you. You did not know that it's a need to people, that it's serving people, that it's healing people, and that's actually what you brought to earth to do, to heal people through your music.
Wow.
Do you understand what I mean? You could be told, it could be something that you search within and find it out. You know what I mean? How else can you identify your purpose? You could be taught how to identify your purpose. You are taught how to. You will be told, lay out this. What's your passion? What you love doing? Do people need this? And that's how you can identify it. And sometimes it could be through what you do.
Okay.
It could be through what you do. You thought you are a nurse. You love helping people. But the way you go beyond your job, you are now fulfilling the purpose. You are unlike any nurse who comes in and says, I'm here to do what I'm going to do and go out. Because I know month end, I'm being paid.
Okay.
You go beyond. You make follow-ups. So you are serving your purpose.
Wow.
You will be a nurse amongst all nurses who will be remembered for your work.
So your purpose must serve people. People must identify you differently.
It must change people's lives. They can be teachers, but there will be one
teacher
that has changed your life, and whom, when everyone talks about him, they feel he was a different teacher from anyone else, because this was his passion. This he did out of love. Even if they woke up tomorrow and said, listen, we're no more paying teachers, he'd still stay.
Without getting paid.
He will still stay.
Because he's serving the purpose.
He is serving his purpose. It fulfills him whilst he is satisfying people's needs.
Wow. Guys, we're talking about how to identify purpose with Abigail. Please kindly share this video to your friend, to your sister, to your brother, to anyone that you think can be in need of this video. And don't forget, this video is sponsored by Hair Glitz for all your hair. She also teaches how to make wigs, how to install them. For those who want to start small businesses, lady, please contact Hair Glitz. She will help you. So Abigail, you know, like, is there challenges that I face or that we can face during the time we are identifying, we are finding, or we are looking for the purpose that we are here, why we are here on earth?
Yeah, sometimes it can be confusion. You are confused. You are thinking, just because I work as a doctor, that's my calling. No. Or that's your purpose, I mean. No. It could just be a career, but you have a different purpose to life. Do you understand what I mean? But also, you can have your profession as your purpose as well. So there could be confusion. And another thing, sometimes purpose is heavy.
Wow.
I actually, after you sent me this topic, I was like, what is God doing now? Because just this year I was denying my purpose. I was like, no, God, not again. Not again. So with me, I heal people. I teach. I uplift people. That's my gift. Whether I'm going to do it through my job, whether I'm gonna do it in the streets, whether I'm gonna do it in the friendship, that's just me. That's my purpose. It just happens when unexpected. So it felt so heavy because there's people that would come to me when they are broken. And I'd be there every step of the way. That's me. That's what God gave me. I'll be there. Once they are there, they either hurt me, now break me, the same person who uplifted them.
I was about to ask that. Are there no disadvantages after that? Do people still appreciate how you work with them?
Yes, you're correct. They need to be appreciating, right?
Yes.
What I've done. But I usually get the opposite. You know what I mean? And I became so angry. I'm like, I'm not anymore. I'm done. God, I'm no more doing this. And funny enough, I confessed that I removed people who I'm feeling you are weighing me down, right? And then comes this lady with problems at work now. And I'm like, is it me again? Why did she come to me?
Did she tell me?
Why is she telling me? Why is she not telling other people? And I did the same thing. And that's when I knew, if that's what you came to do, you will do it. It's the same as Christ. He came for a purpose. No matter how painful at one point it was, he needed to serve that purpose. So it's the same thing.
But if it is your purpose, how can people hurt you or harm you after you help them? If it is your purpose, is it not your purpose? Is it not supposed to serve you or to keep you safe, to guide you?
You know, now we're talking human psychology. Not everyone is grateful, and sometimes they could be hating you after you've saved their lives, but later on when you're gone, they will come back and say, but this woman once did something to my life.
Wow.
So it's just human psychology. That one I wouldn't say it has to do with purpose. What I'll tell you is, after fulfilling your purpose, it fulfills you as well. Like I said, that person will sing, feel like they are fulfilled, only to find that they have served people. So they healed themselves to heal other people. I'm always happy to see somebody, oh man, if I had to tell stories about how my purpose has really, it's done a lot. I've taken people out of feeling like they don't belong.
Wow.
You know, like, because my background is like this, I don't feel I can fit in this group. Yes. And I will take you out of that and show you that your background does not identify you. Where you're going is what is important. You know what I mean? And people will come out of there and they're different altogether. They have a light. And when I had a birthday, I made a big celebration for my 30th, right?
Wow, beautiful.
When I had that, what was common about what people were saying? Remember, I said people will remember you with one common thing. All they were saying is, she made me feel special. She made me feel like I belong. She healed my spirit. You go to my church, they will say the same thing. Never mind my prophecies. Funny enough, even after those prophecies, they feel life again. So my purpose will be served either way.
But how long did it take you to discover? How long did it take you? Because I don't think it happens overnight. Because you know, when you're growing up, you try to do certain lot of things, like maybe you go to school to start this. Because our parents, obviously, they choose certain careers for us and we follow it, even if it's not your purpose. So how long did it take you to discover that this is what I'm called for? This is what I'm supposed to do?
Yes. At least, to be honest, it took me too long. I'll be honest with you. Because I thought it's just passion. I thought, because funny enough, even through singing, I'm not a great singer. But when I sing, something will happen in you, right? So I did not know that it's a purpose. I confused it with just passion. I left it at that. I love doing this, not knowing what it's doing. But up until I saw people's lives being changed through this passion, that's when I was like, oh. So this is how it works. And that was like, I was a mother of two already, bro.
You're already a mother of two. You are not thinking of that.
So that should tell you it's very late in my life, because all this time I thought it's talent and passion, which is what confuses people a lot.
Yeah,
you know?
I was about to ask that, like, what is the difference between passion, career, and talent?
Yes. So as I said in the beginning, it needs to serve people, one, and it needs to change people's lives. So this is what I was actually telling my daughter earlier. She said, okay, so does it mean just because you're a singer, then that's your purpose? I said, no. There's lots of singers. Some sing and doesn't do anything to us. Some sing only in the house. We're the only ones in the house who know that they are talented. But it's not doing anything for the people. It's not serving people in any... It's not even changing people's lives. You understand what I mean? Up until it does that, then we can identify it as a purpose. Otherwise, it's just a talent. You can just go to, what do they call it? I want to sing, what word? Idols. You can just go there. But there will be someone who will hold that mic and you'll go down. Because why? It heals you. It does something to your spirit.
So does it mean a purpose must only serve people? It serves people. It
As
must
it also
heal someone.
sells you.
It must fulfill you as well.
Yes, it must satisfy a certain need. Because let's say, for an example, a giver, right? That person cannot contain it. They see someone in need, they will give. You understand what I mean?
Yes.
What purpose do they serve? They change somebody's life. That night, somebody's going to eat. That night, because he came. So that's the difference. But when not because you gave once, we can't say it's a purpose.
If I gave once to me, it's a purpose. I feed you for that night.
Not really, but you will see when someone really, really does it out of fulfillment, you know, and it changes people's lives, and he's serving.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's deep there.
Yeah.
Because like there is no like for everyone, we just sit down, because you see, maybe you see your friend is doing this. She's selling tomatoes. You also want to sell those tomatoes because you see she's making money out of it.
Doesn't work that way.
Because like, oh, she's making money. That's also my purpose. I can also sell, and you tell yourself, oh, I can sell tomatoes so nicely.
It doesn't work that way. It's just copying. It's just copying. What's that unique thing God has called you for? And you see, again with purpose, right? We could be doing the same thing, but because you are called for this thing, yours will be unique. It will stand out.
Really?
And even if you want to stop, I just told you earlier, I wanted to stop. But because it's my purpose, I can't. It doesn't even sit well with me. You understand? You can't stop because it's in you. But because I copied you in what I saw you doing, I'm not going to have the stamina for it. It's not what I'm called for. It's not my purpose. I need to identify what God specifically has brought me to earth to do. And that's the only thing I can stay on.
But do you think purpose can change over time? Like the more you grow older, your purpose changes?
Not necessarily. I think your purpose is your purpose. As to how you serve it can differ. It can grow, it can change, but the purpose does not change. Like I said to you, I'm a healer. Whether I'm going to heal you through music, I'm going to heal you through talking, I'm going to heal you through speaking or teaching the word or whatsoever. At the end of the day, you and the person I sang to will say, that woman heals my spirit. Okay. So the purpose does not change. If it's healing, it's healing. But what changes is how you serve it. Wow. It can grow. For other people, it can remain the same. They've been singers and that's it. They die singers. And we've been served through their music. But with other people, it can change as to how you serve it.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, like hearing it from you, because I think most of people, they thrive, they try their best to look, to check what is their purpose is. And maybe singing to them is like, okay, so am I going to die singing? Is it all? Is it done? Because you need to know if there is more. If there's more I can do, if there is there more? Must I do this? Must I? Because you get confused. during the time of discovering your purpose. Because as you just mentioned, like you discover it when you already have got 2 kids. So all the time that you didn't even know what you are supposed to do, what are you here for.
Let's take someone who's doing music for an example, all right? Once you start mentoring someone into doing music, and you give them that at the end of the day, when they also go and sing, it serves the same purpose you are doing. You are still serving your purpose. You've just grown. It's just a level up. Okay. That's why I'm saying the purpose will remain the same, but there's the how you do it can change over time.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
You know, like hearing it from someone is just like, you just look at yourself and you think, I did this, I did that. What am I really supposed to do? Because you get so confused. But can someone have more purposes, more than 1 or 2 or 3?
I believe so. I believe that is possible. I'm looking at my father and I'm thinking, yeah, I think he had more than 1. I think he had more than 1. I think it's possible. Probably just one would outshine others. There's just one, maybe what people will identify with, right? And you'll probably have more because you probably identified yours very early. So as you grow, you're able to expand into other things you called for. And I think if that is the case, they're going to marry each other. It will be one thing under the same umbrella.
The same roof.
Yes. I really believe so.
But it's like, for example, you just brought up if you're married to someone with the same purpose. What happens when you marry someone with a different purpose, which is yours, and you're together? Maybe his purpose, your purpose is for singing, and he's not a singer, he's not a giver. It's a different kind of a purpose that he has.
I think when it comes to purpose, it shouldn't matter, all right? If you're different or not. More likely if it's the same thing, yes, that's good. But what is important is for you to understand each other. The reason I'm saying that, you'd find a couple, probably mine is healing and his is being a giver. Now, every time he comes back home and it's like, I just gave 1,000, I'm like, what? 1,000, right? Where did our money go? You know what I mean? But it's important to know each other, identify each other's purposes, and acknowledge them and support them. You understand? So it would be so good that when you meet someone, they already know why they are here on earth. Because I'm not called for that, so I don't understand it. You know what I mean? So it's more good when you're sharing the same purpose, because you will be a couple, both of you will be going out to give, and you don't come back fighting because you understand the depth and the benefit. And when you come back home, you're like, love, we did a great thing. Because you're doing the same thing. You have the same purpose on earth, right? But if it's different, then you need to understand your partner. We're not going to be the same.
I think that's going to be a difficult one day.
Yeah.
So what can be done?
Like I'm saying, it's to understand your partner. Yes. Know what they are called to do. If you're going to be married and all that, talk about it. If you need to build boundaries, build them. But let it be something that let it be a journey for the both of you, because now you're together, you are one, you know? And you know, when you talk through it, when you try to understand each other, guess what? You find yourself ending up being in the same purpose. Now you end up being a giver and you're like, but I was never like this.
And that's not your purpose.
But it's because now you are one with this person, and now you end up understanding each other and working together in the same purpose. Wow.
You know, you just answered the question which I was about to ask. Like, can you join the purpose? Can you be a joint venture? Like, now you are a giver, you are a healer. Then now you sit down, like, let's put these things together.
Yes, you definitely can. You definitely can. Like, for an example, that person is a healer, probably through talking, and that one is a giver. When you meet the family and you see that, okay, we are going to give them groceries, but it seems like there's a lot of pain in this family. That's where the other party comes in. They do their healing part, you do your giving part. At the end of the day, you've changed their lives through your purposes.
Through your purposes.
If they're different. Yeah, you can join them.
Wow.
When you are one, hey, there's a lot of things that you can do together.
So it needs you to understand and communicate the issues together.
Yes, and walk the journey together.
I hope someone is being blessed. Someone is I think someone is helpful for other people.
So.
Well, that's the main reason. Like it must help other people. Or you are using your purposes or sitting.
Right, I'm doing that right now. Somebody's like, "Oh man, I've been looking to understand this."
But yeah, I hope it's helping some other people. Guys, we are talking about how to discover your purposes with Abigail here and Speak It Out. And don't forget, this video is sponsored by Chido Designs. You can see the dresses showing on the screen. She do wedding dresses, birthday dresses, any dresses that you want. And you can just see your hostess wearing a beautiful dress today. Hey, all thanks to Chido. So Abigail, like sitting, I used to think like purposes are given with our churches. Because there are the churches that you go and they say this is your purpose, or they'll tell you must do this to fulfill your purpose.
Sometimes they're telling the truth. So in what you do in public makes it easy for your purpose to be identified. Because remember, you're serving the people. It's not going to be easy for you to identify it in your own space. Who gets satisfied out of it? Who says my life has changed out of it? If you're just doing you in the home, So it's true. You can easily be identified for your purpose at church or any public space, even at work. It's possible because that's where you are serving people. So it's easy for it to be identified. It's just that the only thing we shouldn't get it wrong. It's not only Christians who has a purpose. Yeah, let's not get that twisted. For every person, there's a purpose. Because remember, we are all born of God.
Yes.
It is only you who will make a choice to be born again, right? So when God brought you to earth, we come the same way. We come, all of us holding. It's not only Christians who are holding. So all of us do have a purpose. But as to how you identify it is the difference.
But it's not other men of God or preachers or pastors or elders, are they not misleading people, or are they turning people to follow their own purposes? Or like, for example, you can have a pastor and they grow up with you, they see you growing, they nurtured you, and they end up telling you are a prophetess. And already maybe that's not your purpose. You serve a different purpose with theirs, but they want people who can help their purposes grow. So are they not misleading other people on that?
Not necessarily, but I don't want us again to mix a calling or a gift with purpose.
Wow.
Because it's not the same. You can be called as a prophet, but have a different purpose on earth, right? So with your pastors, they could be identifying your gift.
Not your purpose.
Not your purpose. You still need to find out what is your purpose. And it can be found through that gift, most probably, or not.
So like me as Alice, I'm the one who is supposed to find my purpose.
Yes.
Not anyone telling me this is your purpose. I have to discover it myself.
You have to discover it yourself, but there's nothing wrong with somebody helping you identify your purpose. Because I've seen a lot of people from my church who did not know that actually what they're doing is serving their purpose. But leaders were able to show them that this is what you called for. Nature it. Do more of it. Don't stop. Lives are changing. Sometimes you need to be told.
Okay.
But maybe you are now trying to figure if it's correct, maybe for the prophets or whatsoever to tell you that you are being called for this. The question is, have you asked God, is this what I'm called for? Because you also need to feel it. You need to know it. You need to have heard the voice of God say, this is what I've called you for. So if it's not...
Okay. Yeah. I just want to go back where you say sometimes your purpose, there was a time you wanted to give up like I can't help people anymore. How did, like, what can be done so that whenever people hate you, when what is you are saving your purpose, it won't, you won't really feel it.
It's not easy, Alice, but with me, I had to sit down with myself and say, where are you getting it wrong? And I realized that as I walk with you through the journey of healing, through the journey of uplifting you, I put you too close to my heart and I become attached.
Okay.
That's what killed me. I am not able to help you at a distance. Do you understand? And there are people who can do it. They can help you, but there's boundaries. I never built that. I put you too close, you become my sister or my brother. That at the end of the day, when you change towards me, it hurts me as much as if my mother or my sister would hurt me. Do you understand? So that is my only problem. It's not what would occur to everyone. So with your purpose, you do what you're supposed to do, but have your boundaries. Because at the end of the day, you still need yourself with yourself and your space and your time.
So there is difficult times while you're serving your purpose. There is challenges that you face while you're serving your purpose.
There is. I remember there would be times, oh gosh, I don't want to go through. There's a time when I was going through the most. Through the most that people thought I'm losing weight because I'm on a clean diet.
Okay.
That time, it was so hard.
It was difficult.
And that's the time where people would say, I'm who I am today because of you. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, I wish somebody can also save me.
I'm also looking for a savior. I also want to be saved.
And that's the time where people would feel like you'd hear every testimony in the church. I'd love to thank Prophetess Abigail for she said to me 3 weeks back this and this. And I would sit there smiling. That time I'm like, I don't even know if there's something to eat later on. I'm not sure.
Don't even know.
But there's somebody singing praises because what I'm still saving my purpose while I'm going through the most. So it does happen the most as an individual. But I guess your purpose is your purpose, Elias.
So you can go through tribulations always in your purpose. Serving your purpose and pain.
You're still a human being.
Wow.
And you still need to grow. If you don't go through them, then I guess you'll remain in the same level. I wouldn't be where I am now if I didn't go through that. I wouldn't, trust me. I only realized after I've been through that, oh, so God, this is where you're taking me. It sounded very painful, but I realized now this is where you wanted me to be.
So it's us sitting here thinking like, as long as I find my purpose, things are going to be smooth and working right. Like it's not smooth, it's just like flowing. Because finding the purpose is difficult. Saving it as well is difficult.
It's difficult because, like, remember I said, you could be a nurse, for an example, and go beyond your job. No one is going to pay you for that. Your family might suffer because you are busy going all out for people. You are making sure people are okay, right? So the day you die, the people will be singing praises, but your family would be like, hey, but we missed her in the house.
Wow.
So it does come with a lot. The question is, how do you balance? How do you work your life and make sure that you're still serving your purpose? Other people are there already. They know how to keep balance. Balance in the house and balance their purpose. True.
Wow. It's been an interesting topic and you answering it. It sounds so easy. It's smooth because like you can just walk over the topic.
Right?
I think this is one last question. What can you say to someone who is still discovering their purpose, who is looking for their purpose? Like they're trying their best, but they're not even getting any signal anyway.
I'd say to them, follow your passion. That's the first thing. Follow what you love. Do what you love and do it for the people. Once you see the change, it will tell you if you're on the right track. But just keep on serving.
Wow.
If you're not going to serve, then you're not going to identify it. It's going to be very hard. You could think that, oh, maybe music, I'm good. You probably are a good singer, but it's not doing anything for anyone. You're doing it in the house, we get blessed in the house, but what about the people
outside?
Go serve people, then you'll be on the right track to identifying your purpose.
Wow. Guys, we're in the studio today with Prophetess Abigail. We're talking about how to identify your purpose. For those who didn't finish this, who didn't start with us, please, you can just go and rewatch the video again. And Prophetess Abigail, I just wanted to leave your last words to people who are listening to you.
Oh my word, okay. Didn't really prepare for that. But I'd love to say you are special.
Wow.
As an individual, you are special. Don't ever think that just because other people are ahead and they know why they are called to be on this earth, then it makes you less special. God had a purpose. And if you are not special, if you're not called for anything, I mean, COVID was here, 2 people, you could have been one of them. But your life was spared because God said, I'm not finished. So your job is to identify, God, why am I still here?
Wow, that was powerful. If God saved you through COVID, so God is going to still serve you to eternity.
Identify your purpose.
Identify your purpose.
Yep.
Thank you so much, guys, for watching this exciting episode on Speak It Out. We were talking about how to identify your purpose with Prophetess Abigail. And special thank you to my producers, Nash and Kuda. Thank you so much. You always make this easier for me. And a special thanks to my sponsors, Chido and Heglitz. Thank you so much. I'm looking amazing. It's all because of you guys. And remember, it's not over until you speak it out.
Speak it out, but daily desk. Mahonero wako panyayai. Why don't you speak it out? Speak it out, speak it out. Taura, yeah, speak it out. Why don't you speak it out? Why don't you speak it out? Speak it out, yeah. Now all is green.